good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with me, Marky Mark. We've got BFG and we've got Betty. Good evening, everybody. There you go.
Peeps.
Hello, peeps.
Hello, peeps.
We're a little bit late. We were all having a good chinwag and I didn't realise what time it was. Oops.
Sorry, folks.
We're only 3 minutes late.
Right.
I'm sure everybody out there in Chatland will forgive us.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm just waiting for the die, you bastards.
Hi, Des.
J. Jerry, dude. Good evening. Dawn, hello.
Is it me or is this week gone really quick? It doesn't seem 2 minutes that we were sat here talking and face made up and everything.
Yeah, I know.
But when you...
Hey, I tell you something though, my eyes are still bloody nipping with that friggin' makeup. I'll never buy that again. Fucking hell.
It took me a while to get it off, but with the thanks of my wife Jan, we managed.
Yeah.
When you're beating the shit out of 80-year-olds to prise the toilet roll out their fingers, I mean, come on, it does take time.
It was good fun though, I enjoyed
There's
it.
toilet paper for my cold dead fingers.
Andrex. Oh, Jules, I'll take you up on that, darling.
Unfortunately, Jules is babysitting our pup at the moment because she's
Yeah.
scared.
Oh,
So
bless.
this going off tonight. She was okay. She was absolutely fine earlier on. I mean, all this week. Oh, you know what kids are like. They get fireworks in the middle of fucking summer. Or they're letting fireworks off for Easter. And she's been fine. She's been watching them at the window. But unfortunately tonight we opened the door to let her out for a wee, and this almighty bang went off. I swear to God, it was an extra second missile that blew up, and she shot straight in the kitchen door and right underneath the couch. And she's been there ever since. That was a bit.
Bless her.
Yeah, but it's currently like Beirut here at the moment.
Yeah, it's like Beirut out here at the moment.
Yes, ditto. If you hear any banging, it ain't me.
Ding, ding.
Well, if you hear any banging, it does probably mean it's the joints have seasoned up.
Oh, bless.
Well,
Right.
no. Before we go into the show, can anybody explain this?
Lube.
Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce.
Not guilty.
Spicy lube.
Okay, I'll tell you the story. This was delivered to my house only the other day via Amazon. It's got SoulOhm reviews and it's got obviously my address. The only other bit that I've got information is got Mario and Castro on top of it. That's the only information I've got. So I got in touch with obviously Amazon to find out said item, and they've said that someone sent it me as a gift, but I don't know who sent it. So time to admit who has sent me barbecue sauce. So leave it out there for you. If it's you, thank you very much. Just let me know who you are.
Somebody planning on sucking the meat from the bone, or?
Oh, yeah, he had to do it. Then he had to go there
Oh, hell yeah.
because he wanted to put a banger on the barbecue.
Well, someone might be interested in Marky's pulled pork. Who knows?
You're just as bad as he is.
He taught me well.
Talking at me. Hell.
So yeah, so
subtle
if
with
you're the person that sent this, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. But I just want to know who actually sent it so I can thank you.
Darryl, I sent it. Pick wrong. Should be hot one.
Oh, that'll bring a tear to the eye.
You're not kidding.
Right, well, we'd better say hello.
Oh, you
'cause
better.
I've spotted the devil bay in there for a start, bless him. Mr. Richards, good evening. Chris Doyle, greetings. Dale Roch, how you doing, dude? Des Turner, good evening, sir. Dion78, Flashy 1221, always a pleasure, sir. Frankomizer, dude. J. Jerry, good evening. Jules Mama Vapes, Huggles. Liz Covell Snuggles.
Sorry.
McGumber, dude. Manic Stereo, good evening. Mark H. How goes it, sir? Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Good evening. Noel, how you doing,
Fist
dude?
bump,
I hope
Noel.
things are well up in that neck of the woods. Paul Fulgar, good evening. Rian, dude. Does that mean Tammy's about?
Mm-hmm.
Scott Morrison, good evening, sir. Some geezer called SoulOhm. God knows who he is. He's stalking, I think. Stuart Ayrton, good evening. The one, the only, the Prince of Passions, the Viceroy of Vaping, the Devil Vapor.
Fist bump, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
UK Andy, good evening, sir. And of course, the inimitable, the ever lovely Vaping Pasty Dawn, good evening.
Huggles.
And if I've missed anybody, sorry.
Me again.
What, Mr. Porter?
Ah,
Well, you're on my camera.
and I'm in chat too. But I'm at a petty lip now, bottom lip's coming out.
Jesus Christ. It's like Desperate Dan sulking.
Quite a bit of CD in it.
Hello and welcome to the Gurning Championships 2020.
It's way to take my teeth out and pull my bottom lip over my head.
Des, I missed your girl. Who that then? I missed Des's girl. Who did I miss?
See, you've made the whole thing go quiet now, Des.
Yeah, you got him worried now, Des.
I'm intrigued about who I missed.
Jamie South.
Jemmy South, I do apologise, Des. Jemmy!
Huggles.
Huggles!
Even Jules is telling you off now.
Well, Jemmy didn't pop up on the...
Viking Vapor.
Vapor,
Thank you.
dude.
Big fuss bump. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Sorry, Jemmy, you weren't on the participants list. That's why I missed you. I do apologise.
That's why you missed me then too.
I'll get you later. Butler.
Promises, promises.
See, Liz didn't see Jemmy until now either. Viking, you didn't have anything to do with a bottle of sauce, did you?
Yeah, I'm dumbfounded. It's a very strange gift. Because I can't remember, have we ever spoke about barbecue sauces?
No, I don't think so.
No, it was just an unusual gift.
If anybody would like to send me an unusual gift, make sure it's got 4 wheels and an engine. Thank you.
I'll take 2 AA batteries.
Oh, you only get a small one.
Easy.
Sorry.
Wayne, you just watching, kiddo. That's awesome.
Oh, Wayne, good evening, sir. Liz says spoke about a lot of saucy stuff. Well, we did. Stevie, I do apologise, mate. The Black Country Vapor.
Fist bump.
Sacked. Get a new one of them guys that reads the shit. Sacked.
Well, he's better than me because I can't read.
He's better than me as well. I can't read either. I need it in Braille at the moment. Nah, he's like, oh.
And unless Steve's at work, which is possible because of the lockdown, if you're not, mate, hello, Mrs. Country Vapor, and hello, Jasper.
Hello, Jasper.
Hello, Jasper. Hello,
Oh,
you.
the Vixen of Vavavoom has joined us. Vapor Bunny. Huggles!
Huggles. And
Well,
Vapor
it's
Bunny,
only like
honestly, if you guys haven't seen the the bitches page, they've got the Ohm Service on their wall, he says. So thank you very much.
Does look rather fetching. Thank you, Bunny.
Yeah, it's,
I was quite impressed, honestly. Obviously, us three was in a private chat when we was doing the, and obviously Stevie told me about what Vapor Bunny was doing, getting obviously all the different shows up on a wall in their shop. And while we was talking, I made the poster. So obviously you only see it small on your screen and that lot. And I was quite impressed with it, to be honest with you. Looks good.
I've actually got it as my desktop, so...
So what happens when somebody sends Mark an Etch-a-Sketch?
Well, Daryl says Graham on the other show got some Just for Men beard dye sent to him yesterday, random. I think it's just crap Amazon don't want. There is actually a scam. It's called brushing. And what they do is they send you out a random gift that you haven't ordered, but as a gift. And that allows them to use it as a verified purchase for reviewing purposes. So what they can do then is put up a Favo review for whatever junk they're selling as a verified purchase.
Tammy Huggles!
Tammy Huggles! I like the way you sent Maria in just to keep your seat warm, though. It's not like I need beard. Graham, it wasn't you that got sent beard dye, was it, dude?
I suppose it's kind of like that other thing that Amazon seem to be doing at the moment, isn't it? That they're contacting people to review products for them, but the downside of it is you need to buy it first.
Yeah.
Do your review, and if it's a favourable review, they will refund you the money back.
I mean, that's great. I mean, if you're going to... For argument's sake, I mean, they got in touch with me and they wanted me to review sound bars, things like that, headphones, like that. And I was thinking, venturing out of doing like a techie kind of channel, I thought, that's quite interesting, until they mentioned that bit of you've got to pay for it first. And I thought, well, for argument's sake, you did 2 reviews a week. That could be a couple £100 that's in limbo. I mean, they say they're going to give it back. I mean, obviously, if it's going to be honest and everything, but that's still at least £200 that you're going to be miscellaneous, should I say. And then you've got the hassle of PayPal and then the fees and all that kind of thing to get your money back. And I thought, yeah, what happens if they forget to pay you? And
while we're on the subject of beard dye, can we just say happy birthday to Graham?
Happy birthday, Graham.
Because we missed it.
Hey, Graham.
Now, that's the thought, actually. Now he's getting older. I know he hasn't got a beard, but do you think somebody was sort of suggesting maybe the old dreads might need a touch up?
Oh. Redying the manscaping.
Well, you know how it is. Once you get past that certain age, we do go a little George Clooney downstairs, don't we?
No.
No, mine looks more like Stuart Granger.
No.
Oh.
I'm 49 and I have not got one single grey hair down there.
That's because he fucking shaves.
I was going to say, bald as the baby's butt.
Just makes me really look bigger.
Fucking Hubble telescope could make mine look bigger.
I might be growing grey everywhere else, but down there, no, not a single
worried
grey.
now Graham's just put up, be right back. No! Don't do it, dude.
I think there's another. You'll probably find a disclaimer on the bottle, not for using the genital area.
828, fist bump.
A bit like rattle jacks.
Well, I've just got visions now of this sort of little quiff and his voice going, oh, from his
Thank you very much.
trousers.
Oh, thank you very much.
Viva Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Somebody give me a cheeseburger. Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley has now left the building.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right.
Liz!
Shall we move on? I say. It wouldn't be the first time.
Hold on. No, that's wrong. My forehead. Go.
Oh, look, he's parted them.
Jenny, good evening.
Jenny!
God's sake, lads,
Uggles! Uggles for Jenny!
It's the only black bits of hair I've got left in my fucking beard. Right down the middle, too. Look. Anyway.
Yes, I did see the pictures of the poor pupper. He's curled up in the bed and he's not happy. Shane says, don't know what own calls people are vaping around here, but in are foggy.
Yeah, I was just saying that earlier, Jenny. Our pup's the same. She's been cowering under the couch for the last 2 hours. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I feel sorry for pet owners at this time of year. When we had R2, they were I mean, Spadge, he was frightened of his own shadow anyway. Even crackling of the fire that we've got a proper log fire. Even the crackling of that, he used to nearly poo himself. So when fireworks, honestly, he was a terrible wreck. He was.
Well, I can guarantee my poor pupster will be not happy today. Not at all. And of course, Emma, my ex, has got the horses. So, you know, people just don't take those into consideration when they're firing the rockets off. They spend
Another thing that people don't appreciate, what goes up must come down.
Exactly.
We shall talk about that later.
Indeed. We shall.
We shall.
I say.
So, guys, shall we crack on with the news?
Andy.
I think we should, darling.
Right, I'll get the news bumper up. That was perfect timing.
I say.
I say, chap.
Right. For those that haven't seen the promo video for tonight's show, if not, why not? Swines. Right. The NNA have taken what can be only described as quite a unique stance. And rather than worrying about COVID, they are looking at post-Brexit tobacco and nicotine policy reforms. Yes, remember Brexit? It's that thing that sort of disappeared.
We don't really talk about it much, do we?
No, surprise, surprise. Well, the trade agreements have to be done by December 31st, I believe. So it's going to be an interesting one. But what the Nicotine Alliance has done is sent a 10-point proposal to the government. And they word it. It's a very interesting document. And if you've not seen it, I'm going to pop it in chat now. Because not only is the letter very well written and very interesting, but the supporting document that goes with it, the briefing document, lays out a very well structured and very well thought through argument. So this is what they're suggesting. They lift the ban on oral tobacco, SMUS, and properly regulate all smokeless tobacco, raise the limit on nicotine concentrates in vaping liquids to allow vaping products to compete more effectively with cigarettes. Now, the figure in the briefing paper is 20 milligram, which seems a reasonable amount. Replace ban on advertising of vaping products on TV, radio, internet, and in publications with controls on themes and placement. Now, we'll go back to this in a sec. Replace blanket bans on advertising of low-risk tobacco products with control on themes and placement. Replace excessive and inappropriate warnings on vaping products with risk communications that encourage smokers to try switching. Replace excessive and inappropriate warnings on non-combustible tobacco products. Allow and enable candid communication of relative risk to the consumers. That one's probably the worst worded for me out of all of them. So what they want is, on that one, They want to say, yes, there are risks with vaping. However, in comparison, and then compare it to the higher risk products.
Yeah.
Adopt a fresh approach to pack inserts for both vaping products and e-cigarette and cigarettes to encourage switching to lower risk products.
Well, they've been on about that one for quite a while, haven't they? Where they sort of like insert a card within the packet of cigarettes and talk about the pros and cons of vaping.
Yeah, which is not a bad idea, to be honest. Remove wasteful restrictions on vaping product tank and e-liquid container size that have no discernible purpose.
So that's your 10ml bottles and your 2ml capacity tanks.
And then recognise and regulate novel oral nicotine products. That one still got me a bit stumped. But...
That's like your snooze, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but
then that's covered in the first point, though.
Exactly. So
yeah, but there's also the other one, isn't there? There's the
pouches.
The pouches. You know that they were handing out at Expo.
Oh yeah, the ones that burn inside of my bloody mouth.
Yeah, them ones.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, when you go into the briefing paper, there's a very nicely structured argument for a lot of the more media-led arguments against vaping, which would be the economic argument, the tobacco policy. They address the concerns about adolescent vaping, which is basically what adolescent crisis. They do recognise the fact that vaping is a youth risk behaviour, but it's low and or distant risk compared to other behaviours like smoking, heavy drinking, illicit drug use, teenage pregnancy or distracted driving. Interesting choice of issues there. But it does give a lot of information. It goes into the regulation of tobacco and nicotine products relevant European Union legislation. Then we go through to raising the limits on nicotine concentrations. And this is where I got the 20 milligram from. So the TPD limits nicotine concentrations to 20 milligram. This functions as a regulatory protection. What they are suggesting is a level playing field. So you probably around the 30. Because they don't, when I look at it, they don't particularly go in.
You see, the thing is, though, with the nicotine strengths that we've been used to since TPD came in, is there any need to actually go any higher?
I think it stopped a lot of the dual buzz, to be honest. Because they do actually reference the 50 milligram pods.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any need for that sort of strength of
No, I don't.
pod.
I mean, we've all got used to 18 milligrams.
I mean, it's a very well-structured document. I know a few of the people that have just had a quick look have just said it's a wordy document. Yes, it is a wordy document, but it needs to be. You've got to remember, a lot of the politicians in the UK are getting their information from the media, from advisors. This is not scientific information they're getting. So this document has to address that lack of knowledge.
I tell you one thing that really winds me up, and I think it should be, you can have an advertisement for nicotine rates, which is a replacement, patches and gums and sprays and all that. Like, you can have an advertisement for that, but you can't have an advertisement for vaping. I think that's wrong. Now, I'm not saying that advertising for blooming Blue and all the rest of them as a advertisement, but they should have an advertisement on sort of like either billboards, posters, or even on television, the benefits of vaping.
They should. I mean, the section that most people will probably be interested in is the size of the tanks. And what they basically sum up with is the limits on tanks and container size serve no purpose and should be eliminated. The market should determine appropriate container sizes for consumers and regulators should stick to specifying child-resistant features and appropriate warning and remedial information. I agree completely with that. The 2 mil TPD size is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I mean, take it back to when the TPP first raised its head. Our lazy government just basically said, "We'll just take the whole lot. We'll do everything. That's it." And the reason they did that was, as I say, they were just too bloody lazy. They didn't want to get involved.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree with you. I mean, let's face it. Also, the industry likes 10 ml bottles.
Well, they do.
Let's be right. They do like 10 ml bottles.
I think in terms of tank size, it would hopefully break the stronghold that pods have.
You see, I still can't understand why we didn't go down the route like Germany did when it comes to tanks.
Like you said, the UK government weren't interested. They went for the easiest possible path.
Yeah.
Now, the 10 mil bottles, there is a very strong green argument against the 10 mil bottles.
Yeah, very strong.
Very strong. Think of the turtles. You know.
Wait a minute. This is going back to the fish a few weeks back. Who's selling turtles and fish fucking vaping gear? I want to know who the hell it is.
It's David Attenborough. He's got a nice little sideline.
Oh, yeah. I swore to it. It kind of boils my blood a little bit. Just some of the stuff that's going on with the TPD and all that kind of stuff. I mean, as everybody out there knows, I'm 0 milligram anyway. I enjoy the flavours, but for what they've done to regulate as strict as they have is beyond a bloody joke. I just hope to goodness that they actually look at these proposals that the NNA have given and they take it on board. I really do hope for people out there, us as hobbyists, people are now wanting to go off the cigarettes. I do, for goodness sake, I hope, fingers crossed, they do take into consideration all these proposals, and they go down the line that Germany has went down. You know, as you say, I mean, you say save the turtles. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you though. How many empty juice bottles do you actually see lying about in the street?
Very few. However, I get through Nick Salts at a ridiculous rate, and I would reckon at least a quarter of my bin bag at the minute is empty 10 ml bottles.
Yeah, but the thing is, you put them in the bin. You put them in. Well, the thing is, they turn and say because it's held nicotine, it can't go into the recycling anyway.
Exactly.
So it's got to go into the ordinary household rubbish. But at the end of the day, you're putting into the household rubbish bin. It's not like a smoker. Pardon me. Who'll finish a fag and then just flick out the window of a car or just put it out in the street and walk away. Very, very. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I can count in my hand, one hand, how many times I've actually seen an empty juice bottle or a.
Yeah, you don't see it.
No, you don't.
You don't. So to a certain extent, we're saving the planet as well, ish.
Well, I would still like to see the return of glass dripper bottles and a way of actually refilling.
That's what I was just about to say. Bring back glass. Glass can be rinsed out and then recycled.
Now, Section 5 of the briefing document touches on something that I've had concerns about, which is protecting the UK from adverse future EU legislative developments, especially given the way that the EU's been heading for the last few months. So they do touch on the revision of the TPD. And they also point out that this may impose further restrictions on product design, ingredients and flavourings, limits on commercial freedoms. It's more likely to become more burdensome and restrictive towards low-risk products, they seem to think. And so even more protective of the cigarette trade and contrary to UK objectives. That, for me, is the golden line. especially given the 2030 announcement that the government made that they want the UK to become smoke-free.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. It will be interesting. But have a flick through. It is a cracking bit of writing by the NNA.
Fist bump, Zan.
Well worth a look.
Hey, Zan.
Hi, Zan.
What I'll do is, I mean, it's obviously we're party to quite a few bits and pieces that comes in for the NNA. And if I can copy and paste it, if I'm allowed to do it, I'll stick it into the group
Yeah, go for it, kiddo.
for people to read.
No worries, or I can stick the link in. It's not a problem. Right. ESIG Click. I'm going to raise them for two reasons. The first one is a very interesting opinion piece by Neil H. Vape shop lockdown. Is it part of the Great Reset agenda? Now, before everybody starts pulling on the old tinfoil hats, there's actually quite a structured argument for this.
I'm just picturing Don now sitting with that hat on.
I know Dawn's probably got it on. It is a cracking little article that makes you think. Now, what Vic's already sort of touched on the potential effect to independent vape shops of this lockdown.
Mm.
And I know he's got some flack on Facebook for it. But realistically, when you look at what the effect on independent vape stores has been of the first lockdown, and the guys are struggling,
Mm-hmm.
you know, let's
I know.
no two ways about it. A second one was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. So Neil's article on whether there is a wider sort of direction behind this reset, and what it basically, it comes from the World Economic Forum, which is headed up by Klaus Schwab. He, to be honest, dresses like a Bond villain in the picture that they put up.
So we meet again, Mr. Bond.
Mr.
Oh,
Bond.
indeed. And to put it simply,
I don't want you to vape. I want you to die.
Well, unfortunately, R.I.P. Big Tom, he didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bless him.
Rest in peace, Sean.
Bless him. That was a gutting bit of news of the week.
Yeah, that was.
So basically, this Western Economic Forum, the grand plan would be that as individuals, by 2030, there's that date again, that individuals will own nothing but be happy. So everything, effectively, what you're talking about is a form of communism. So everything is provided to you in return for various, your labour, as it would, or input into society. This is where I started to think, hey, Neil's lost it. But he then goes into his arguments that support that. And to be honest, it is quite an interesting article. I will leave it for you to read, because I won't do it justice by trying to discuss it. However, have a look if you wish to do so. The link is there. Yes, indeed, Bunny. R.I.P. Sean.
Yeah, bless him.
Bless him. The original and best left the building. I must admit, Firstborn and I ended up watching a couple of the Highlander films, because that's how I like to remember.
I've got my own tribute to him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Oh, would that be like? That's rather lovely.
In BFG, you've got to post all the links in the Facebook group.
Oh no, don't want much. And speaking of which, we were busy over the weekend, weren't we?
We certainly were.
Oh, were we? So, for those that haven't been on the group recently, Tales from the Ohm is no more. He's dead, deceased,
He's
gone.
not dead, deceased.
Well, you know what I mean.
It's an ex-parrot.
The group no longer is called Tales from the Ohm. We are now the Ohm Service Live.
Show.
Ohm Service Live show.
Mm-hmm.
So
In other
if
words,
you
we've got a Facebook group now.
We have.
Gary.
I was enjoying that, you geek. So if you wish to find out anything group show related, or just want to chew with various other members of the regular watchers, head yourself over there.
Or even if you want to put in some suggestions about what you want
Yeah,
to mention on the
definitely.
show, which Mark's already put a post like that up.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
your own work.
Or just show us what you're vaping on. Or if you've got an idea.
Show us your bits and pieces.
What can I say? But if you want to show us your bits and pieces, just send it to the admins, all right? I say.
Yeah, so we've got a
the
Facebook
The
group.
link is in chat.
Yeah, we've got a Facebook group, so you can all join in there and have a chin wag and a giggle. We like giggles. We're quite happy for you to do memes and things like that. We wanted to sort of like build the Facebook group up a little bit.
Well, especially now we're in lockdown, just as a point for people to blow off some steam and just keep in touch and have a giggle.
Yeah. The only thing that we say is no drama.
Nope.
Simple as no drama. As long as there's no drama, we're fine.
I will boot anybody that brings it.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Bullying any form of harassment. Go on. End of.
But the
want
group is
huggles.
for you guys, and it's so you can sort of like get in touch with us here. If you've got any ideas subjects that you'd like us to talk about, or you think that we've missed something that we should be really talking about, slap it in there. Give us some feedback.
Yeah, anything you spot in the way of news, feel free.
Slap it in there.
Slap it in there. Get it in.
My goodness.
Just remember to use some lube.
What can I say? It's all right. Carry on. Bless you, gentlemen. Bless you. So, Yanni, you're in. Paul, you're in. Hello. Blimey, that was quick.
Liz likes a good boot.
Yeah, straight up the arse.
I say.
I sure trap.
Not without dinner first. We're not easy, you know.
Well, look at my name.
Yeah, and look at BFG's name. Says it all.
No.
No.
No. I say. What are you trying to infer, young man?
I'm saying nothing in case I incinerate myself. Oh,
Well,
talk-
welcome.
Eh?
No, it's all good.
What?
Hi, Sean.
Hello, Sean.
Oh, bless you.
Right, we're getting on with the main event.
The main event. Yes. Right, I'll bring the bumper up. Main topic time. Main topic time. Who's going to start?
You, since you mentioned it.
Okay. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. That's where the name for the subject comes from. Remember when you were a kid and it was bonfire night? You don't. Oh, bless you.
I can't even remember what I did yesterday.
Oh, bless you. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. The good old days of bonfire night when Daddy used to buy a pack of fireworks and he went...
Yeah.
Not like the napalm that gets
not like the
shot
ones
off
nowadays.
now.
The burning Spitfire job.
Or the old Catherine wheel that went...
Yeah.
My personal favourite was everybody collecting all the crap in the house for the bonfire in the backyard.
Mm.
And then your old man would be like throwing whatever accelerant you had to hand all over it,
Well, when
throwing the match.
When we were little, and I'm on about when we was really little, my dad used to get a box of fireworks. It was sort of like your standard box of fireworks. You know, you had your fountain, you had your traffic lights and things like that. There were no that went really bang. But he used to get a pack of them. He used to get sparklers and that lot for us. My mum used to make bonfire toffee and toffee apples. And it would be a little family event. My gran used to come round and watch it. And it was all kind of an event. So we used to have that. But we also, because obviously we live in a pit village, the miners used to donate every year, and we used to have a big firework display and a big bonfire up on Wreck here as well. So we used to have two.
Oh, we used to have the village bonfire, and that was brilliant because that was a sort of 30-40 foot bonfire. But there was always some a food truck out there, so if you wanted a hot dog or whatever, and there was like bonfire toffee for sale. It was a proper village get together, Everybody just came together, and it were all locals. Sounds like BFG sex. Leave it out. There's no need for that, I say.
But I used to love. It's sort of like, as a child, it's sort of like you had the sparkler and you had to hold it that far away, and you used to write your name in.
But you know why you used to do that though? And it only dawned on me 2 seconds ago. The only reason why you had to do that was because the fucking jackets we used to wear in those days weren't bloody flameproof.
Oh, yeah.
They were nylon, so you had to hold it at arm's length so the bloody sparks didn't land your jacket, either that unit or a bloody Roman candle.
Oh, too right.
Your mum used to go, how come you've got holes in the sleeves of your jacket? What have you been doing? Oh, hold the fucking sparkle.
Remember those old nylon parkas that you used to
Oh, God, yeah, me parka.
Pissing for the heavens, you're holding a sparkle and the bloody thing still burnt holes in the sleeves of your jacket. Fucking hell.
But I thought it was interesting where we was talking, just us three, and you don't know what bonfire toffee is.
I didn't know about bonfire toffee till Jules and I got together, and she mentioned that we went to a kind of retro sweet shop in Glasgow, and Jules asked the woman behind the counter for bonfire toffee, and the woman, she says, unfortunately, she says, we don't sell it. She says, but I do know what you're talking about. It's not a Scottish thing. Well, that I know of, because it's something that I'd never ever heard of until the last few years. Bonfire toffee.
So what did you have then? Obviously, did you have toffee apples?
No.
So what did you have?
Nothing. And I'm being perfectly frank. But all we would do is once the bonfire kind of collapsed in itself, we'd get potatoes and put them in tin foil and throw them into the bonfire.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Every now and again, somebody would bring maybe sausages and things like that, and we'd have bangers and marshmallows and stuff like that. But that was about it. We didn't do the big food thing. I mean, we grew up in a large housing estate, well, a scheme in Glasgow, as they call it, and there was nothing round about. Do you know what I mean? It was you had an ice cream van come round once a night, and that was about it. But we didn't have any. There wasn't a great community spirit because we were moved from Glasgow city centre from the town. We all get moved out to these bloody, they were called housing estates. They were called schemes. And there was really nothing in them, so the community spirit kind of died. So we really didn't have that. But I mean, we did enjoy bonfire night. I mean, we stayed in the corner plot, and so we had the biggest garden, or one of the biggest gardens within our street, and our bonfires used to stand anywhere between 15 to 20 feet high, because we stayed on the outskirts. Because we stayed in the outskirts of Glasgow, we were right near a big industrial estate. So every year we would go up and we'd go around all the factories and stuff, and we'd ask them any wood, and we would come back with pallets upon pallets upon pallets of wood. And the bonfire just to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And that's what we did. But for the food side of things, no.
Did you ever make a guy then?
You got to tell
I
it.
kind of know why you're going to that one. Well,
Did you do penny for the guy?
yeah, we did that. Yeah, but we never made him. His mum and dad did. There's a story. There used to be a crowd always used to hang about together, and the smallest guy in the kind of, I suppose you could call it at that point, it was a gang, was a lad named Alan Ross. Now, Alan was tiny. So what we would do is we'd dress Alan up, and we'd sit Alan outside the shops with the cardboard sign round his neck, penny for the guy and that kind of stuff. And some of the reactions people used to get from people was hilarious. Remember the wee old woman who was going in for her paper, and we said, "Oh, penny for the guy, missus." She says, "Oh, I'm just going to get my papers and my roll, son. I'll come out and I'll give you some when I come out." And she came out, and sure enough, yeah, she says, "Penny for the guy," and that she's putting it into the tin and stuff. And she says, "That's an awfully big lump to carry about. Oh, that's pretty mobile." And Alan moved, and the wee woman shit herself. She went. Honestly, God, she went like a skyrocket, straight up in the air. Oh God, what the abuse did we got from her for that? But she saw the funny side of it and laughed her ass off later on. But oh God, yeah, we used to walk everywhere with Alan dressed up, and then used to stick a balaclava on him and just turn it backwards. And stick it like a mask, you know, the Halloween mask, and just stick a Halloween mask on him and just sit in the corner. It would sit for hours. But the telltale sign was the bugger used to fall asleep. So we'd get this wee kicking the guy, wake up. Yeah, I mean, we used to go to, especially at the weekends, if bonfire night fell on a midweek or whatever, we'd go to as I say, because we lived in these estates, these schemes, there wasn't any pubs in them. So for the likes of your fathers, your grandfathers to get to a pub, they had to go on a bus or get a taxi, and the nearest pub from our house was 3 mile away, something like that. Wasn't that? So what we'd do is we'd get all ready, take all the stuff, put everything into it. We used to have the homemade go-karts and stuff. So we put everything into the go-kart and away we'd go, and we'd walk to the nearest pub, and we'd get Alan all dressed up and sit him outside the door. Now, bearing in mind, getting back to the 70s, your mum and dad, their wages wouldn't go into the bank. It was, they get their pay packet on a Friday night or a Thursday night or a Friday, more so a Friday night. So where did the fathers end up? Pub. So Alan would sit outside the door and we'd all sit around about, penny for the guy, and you get them coming in sober, and you would get a couple of pence put in the pot, and give it 2 or 3 hours later, we went back home with a small fortune. And in the 70s, I'm talking a small fortune, and any money that we got from that all went to us buying fireworks. And I think one year we had between 100 to 200 odd pound.
Really? Wow.
And I'm talking in the 70s.
Jesus.
And it was amazing. It really was. It was fun times. But yeah, having Alan dressed up as a guy was hilarious. Some of the reactions you used to get, especially, as I said, the one with the little old lady coming out the news agents, when you get the guys get pissed up out coming out the pub, absolutely bladdered, and Alan would say, "Thanks very much," and the guy, "Wow." Jimmy, that guy talks. Let you talk. Shut up, don't talk to you. I'll take you up the road. You're pissed, what? It was stuff like that. It was, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it was, yeah. They kind of childhood memories make me smile. I was good. I must have enjoyed that.
Jules has just mentioned one of the best part was all the mums made food, bonfire toffee, etc. for all of us to share. Those were the days when the neighbours all got together. Jenny says we used to have an awesome one in Shropshire, all the farmers bringing wood for the bonfire, and then we used to have a guy on top, taller than houses. That fire, amazing as a kid. See, this is the sort of thing. Now, Stevie, you said there wasn't much food, but there was tablet, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What's tablet?
Tablet is a diabetic attack. That's what tablet is.
Okay.
You only have to look at that, and you take a diabetic, or you fall into a diabetic coma, or your teeth fall out just by looking at it.
Rumster, good evening.
It's butter, sugar, and carnation milk, put in a big pot and melted down, and you stir this thing for hours. And you pour it into a tray and let it set.
Mm.
It is nice, but you're just eating raw sugar, to be honest. But it's lovely. It's really nice.
With that carnation milk, yes, definitely.
Nice.
It's a weird texture in it because
Depending, it depends how long it's boiled for.
mm,
And by God, don't get it on your skin. See, when it's boiling, you try to pour it out. Do not get this stuff on your skin. Jesus, it's like friggin' napalm. It just sticks and everything falls off. On me, but no, yeah, that was, yeah, my mum used to she'd make a tray of tablet every now and again for bonfire night, things like that. But yeah, as I say, apart from that, and people bringing occasional sausages and things and marshmallows, no, we didn't do the bonfire toffee, the
See,
sandwiches,
we were mega lucky. I mean, obviously, besides what my dad and family did, because obviously we're a pit village, well, originally a pit village, obviously there was that community, and obviously you had the big firework display on the wreck. I mean, the wreck's literally just around the corner from me. Recreation ground, there's a football pitch, there's other bits and pieces on there, and they used to do all the fireworks. That was the days when the miners themselves used to chip in and do all the fireworks, and they used to do some really big firework display, big bonfire and everything.
yeah. But that's kind of something I suppose I kind of missed out on growing up in Glasgow, because the community spirit to a certain extent did die away. I mean, I was first brought up in a tenement flat in Glasgow, and there was, trying to think now, I think it was 8 flats within the block, and there was like 2 blocks. So we stayed in one block, and my nan and granda stayed in the other block. But everybody's door used to be lying wide open. You could get in at each other's houses because it was a small community on its own. But in the kind of late 60s, early 70s, when the Glasgow Corporation at the time decided, we're tearing all these tenements down because they're slums and this, that, and the next thing. Don't get me wrong, the house that we lived in wasn't a slum. My mum and my dad bought the flat at the time. But when we moved out, as I say, to these council estates, the community spirit died a death.
Yeah.
And as I said, it was a shame. It really was a shame.
But without going too far into it, I read Billy Connolly's biography from Pamela Anderson wrote the actual, and they mentioned that in the actual book, how they knocked all the terrace houses down and built the council estates.
Yep.
And they mentioned that in the book, how it changed.
Yeah. I mean, fun enough, Jules was actually watching a programme. I mean, sorry guys, we've kind of went off in a tandem here. Tangent? Fucking tandem. Dick. Talking about bonfire too, how Glasgow tenements disappeared. Jules was actually watching a TV programme last night, I think. Was it Your Street or something like that? If she still watched, she'll put the link in or something like that. I'll put the name of the programme. And it was actually about a street in Glasgow called Duke Street, which is actually not far from us. And a lot of it hit home to me. When Glasgow Corporation pulled it, they wanted to basically give Glasgow a boot up the backside, because the mortality rate in Glasgow was horrendous at the time. Health was terrible. The mortality rate, the age of a normal, or the age of man would be in his mid-50s before he pegged it, compared to other parts of more affluent parts of Glasgow. So they decided, we'll tear all these tenement flats down, we'll build all these housing estates. And when they built the housing estates, there was no shopping centres, there was no cinemas, there was no theatres, there was no pubs, there was no recreation facilities, there was really nothing at all. So we had to travel for all that kind of stuff. So again, the community spirit just kind of did it. It just kind of died a death. Do you know what I mean? Wanders in, the drugging who's just his shiny one. Hi, Vic.
Hi,
yeah,
Vic.
so, but the likes of the bonfire night and things like that, I mean, it used to be great.
Mm.
I mean, we were all kids. We were all grown up. We were all roughly about the same age. And as I say, we had the bonfire in our garden with the biggest garden and that kind of stuff. And it used to be fun. I mean, we'd stay up to God all hours. If Guy Fawkes bonfire night fell on a weekend, we would stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning till the bonfire virtually burnt out.
Yeah.
Just sitting, chatting, and just talking away. I mean, that time we were what, between 8, 9, 10 years of age.
Mm.
But because we were sitting in the one garden, but you know, our parents were actually quite happy to let us do that. But yeah, I mean, the likes of the penny for the guy thing and the money that we actually collected for that. I mean, even going back to last week's show, we were talking about the Halloween stuff. We used to go around knocking the doors. It wasn't trick or treat. It was guys, and we called it. And it was, you know, chap would knock on the door. Somebody would come to the door, and the sky is blue, the grass is green. May I have my Halloween? And that was kind of the little kind of ditty they used to say. And they would bring you in, and as I say, tell a joke or whatever. And you would either get a piece of fruit or a piece of chocolate, sweet or whatever. 9 times out of 10, you get money. That money went to the firework fund.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, we would have loads and loads and loads and loads of fireworks. But my dad was the chief fireworks starter.
It's a very manly job, that.
My dad was nuts, honest to goodness. Can you remember back in the day when we were young growing up, and I think they still get it on TV, but it was the fireworks safety programmes,
Mhm.
for the adverts in between shows and things like that, especially kids shows were on. And it would tell you to take the fireworks out and put them into a steel or a tin box and keep the lid shut, blah, 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 use the firelight and all this kind of shit, right? Not my dad.
Tab end.
Aye. My dad was 5'2" and as hard as nails. And he'd put the kind of Roman candle down or whatever, or put the rocket in the milk bottle at the time for a rocket to go off. The way it go. Till the one time he went to light the rocket and the bloody bottle fell over. I've never seen my dad run so fast in my life. This rocket shot literally about 150 feet down fucking road. And my dad's like, I don't know where it's going. And the amount of times we set fire to the fence between ourselves and the next door neighbour, oh my God. Right, let's get the Catherine wheel out, because that was the thing you always set up first, because they were absolutely shit. But could you get a nail the right size to go through the hole?
Nope.
It was either too small, the bloody thing flew off, or it was too big and it just went. I think the fence went up in fire about 3 times. So that kind of one section was taken out and replaced every bloody year. It was hilarious.
My
Yeah,
dad
there's-
used to make me chuckle because it's so like, especially, you know, like your fountain and or your traffic lights, and it's so like he'd lit it and then you're all sat there. Is it gonna go? And you're not allowed to go back to it.
No, I
You're
know
all
that.
hanging
Yeah, yeah.
fire. Is it gonna do it? And then so like that way.
Yeah, I can remember. I'm fucking back a few years ago now. It was one of my friends. They decided to have a kind of bonfire party for their kids, and they decided to hammer the Catherine wheel onto. They used to have the bin stores out the back garden. So it was a brick built bin store with a wooden roof on it and wooden louver gates where your wheelie bins went in. So they hammered the Catherine wheel on the door. Oh, it went. This was one of the first. It took me about 30 years actually to see a Catherine wheel go bloody round. So this cat, right. This is honest to good. This is true straight up. This Catherine wheel was hammered on this fucking louver door on this bin set. As I say, the wheelie bins. Tell I, it wasn't even wheelie bins. It was all galvanised tin bins. Can you remember?
Yeah, I remember them.
It was them. So half the time they were overfilled and the lid would fall off. Catherine wheel's giving it, fizzles out, absolutely fantastic. Everybody's setting rest of these rockets off. Couldn't hold a bonfire because it was in the back garden of a tenement building. I was like, you smell something burning? Oh, I can smell these bloody fireworks. I can smell something burning. Nah, you're having. Honest to goodness, no, I can smell something burning. I'm like, I can't smell anything. I can smell fireworks. 2 years turned round. There was the bins fucking lob was up in fucking flames. Fire brigade and everything out. I literally gutted it. There was nothing left of it. The wee neighbour down the stairs, she's saying, "Look what you've done, look what you've done." I mean, shut up, don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted, yeah. Literally within 5 minutes, the whole bloody lot went up.
Now, Vic's just mentioned his dad when lighting a bonfire, and he took the same step when lighting a barbecue. Hold on, son. I'll get a gallon of petrol from the car tank.
And my dad was, it was Zippo lighter fuel.
Yep.
Yeah.
My old man used to use mess.
My dad drank that.
Jesus.
So what about you, Steve?
I'm only joking.
Betty. Not Betty. BFG.
No, well, very similar. When I was a small kid, we were in a pit village over in Derbyshire, Killermarsh. And like, Dad didn't work pit, he worked local sort of mining firm, Steatley. So I still remember it. He came home one day with this box, and it was like, "Oh, we've got our own box of fireworks. We've got our own box of fireworks." And it seemed like such a big thing. And there was 10 of the poxiest little fireworks you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So we did the traffic lights, and it were boring, and like, yay! Everybody's trying to look interested because we didn't want to upset my dad's feelings. Then watching him try to hammer Catherine Wheel into the fence in dark with torch in his gob was just brilliant. So it got to end, and he let off this rocket. And because the rest of them were being so crap, you only got one rocket in the box and all.
Mm.
So the rest of them had been that crap. Nobody was expecting much. So this rocket sort of went whoosh, and it didn't go very high. It can only go about 10, 15 foot. Then all of a sudden there's this almighty bloody explosion. There's people dive into the floor. It was brilliant.
I know I might sound like an old romantic, but I used to love getting up in the morning on the 6th of November. 99% of the time it was always foggy, but you had that smell.
Yeah.
Oh, the gunpowder.
Yeah, that smell in the air, and it always normally was a foggy morning.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because it was always the 5th, wasn't it? You didn't have the big sort of 2 weeks where there was all the massive sort of firework displays and things. It was the day before 5th or the 6th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
Depended on where it landed. If it landed at obviously the weekend, that's where the main fireworks display, and you might get somebody in the back garden like we used to with our little.
Yeah, but there was none of this bloody extra set that gets set off these days. I still cannot understand how you can sell display grade fireworks from a supermarket.
Yeah, you see them walking about. Look what I've got. And honestly, it's like an extra set missile. You're like, how much is that? 50 quid. I mean, you nuts for one fucking rocket. 50 fucking. But wait till you see it going off. Don't get me wrong, it was nice when it were up. You know, with sky flowers. Hey. But £50, the prices of some of these rockets and things like that are absolutely fucking extortionate. We used to buy boxes of Brock's fireworks. And I'm talking boxes and boxes. I say, get back to the money that we got with the guys and things like that. And it's boxes upon boxes. You'd maybe get 2 rockets in a box. But you would get a load in the box.
Oh, yeah, you get a load of those.
I mean, you just get a fantastic collection. I mean, this is getting back to my dad with the milk bottle. That never happened again. But I can still remember that day when it fell over. He just look in his face. He went, "Oh fuck!" It shot out the gates. My fucking dad's running. Whoa, where's it going? Just turn left, turn left, turn left. Fucking nut job.
I mean, I'll never forget next door, not our next door neighbour, but the neighbour after that. There used to be a pub there. It's no longer there anymore. And they used to have a firework display. And I'll never forget the next morning, this all these steaks in our garden. From them letting off all fireworks, They were literally steaks. I'm not only talking about little steaks, I'm talking about big steaks that was stuck in ground.
Yeah. It was, I mean, my dad came up with it. I mean, Ronnie's putting Brock's fireworks. It used to be, there was at the factory in Sanker in Scotland. But yeah, I mean, they used to be fantastic fireworks, for what I can remember. But yeah, my dad decided, you know what, we're not doing the bottle thing anymore. Paul and Yeri came up with this idea. We came home with this piece of pipe, maybe inch thick pipe, or inch diameter pipe, and it was bent so much, it's say about a foot of it, and then there was a bend on it, about between 75 to 85 degrees, whatever. I just can't remember, but there was a slight bend on this thing. My dad went, that bugger won't fall down and it won't hit me, and I won't go running down the street, get chased by a firework. So this thing get nailed in, well, didn't get nailed in, it got forced into the ground. And when me and my mates all saw this, we were like, now we can aim the bastards. Honest to goodness, it was like the Taliban without the Toyota pickup truck. This thing was going every bloody way. We were aiming these fireworks and rockets. But yeah, I mean, it was the things he did then. I look at us now when we're older. As Gail's put in, there should be displays and stuff. I mean, we weren't ones, I must admit, we weren't ones for running about the streets weeks before fireworks, or weeks before bonfire night and weeks after bonfire night, throwing bangers and rockets and all this kind of shit up and down streets. We never ever done that. Never done it.
No, we didn't.
Even Gail, that the way things are now, especially with pets and things like that, organised fireworks. I mean, there's that many kids get hurt. I guarantee you there's going to be a few kids end up in A&E tonight.
Oh God, yeah.
With burns and stuff like that, you know, and it's in this day and age it shouldn't happen.
But let's face it, I mean, the fireworks that you can buy now, I mean, they're like blooming motors.
I know.
It's unbelievable what you can actually buy now. I mean, they're huge, big.
Yeah, it's like stepping on a landmine.
That was always the standing joke with my father-in-law, because him and Steve, his mate Steve, they always used to buy these massive fireworks. And every year Steve would buy a monster one just to end the sort of show off with. And he got this, and it had something like 52 tubes in it. And it was like a mortar. And literally just shot them up and everything went bum, 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 bum. It looked like a flare from a chuffing military plane.
I mean, that excuse me, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, our poor dog's now under the couch cowering for that one that went off about 5 o'clock this evening, and there is no need for them to be that bloody loud. I know we're all getting older and all that kind of stuff. It maybe is we're old heads getting on and think, you know, there's no need for the fucking things to be that bloody loud.
It probably is, because I mean, let's face it, if when we were kids, we'd have loved something like that, wouldn't we? Come on, let's be right. We would. He's like, look at the size of that. You mean,
yeah, but saying that though, when we were growing up, we never had things as big, I don't think, and or even as half as loud as some of these bloody things that are going off out here just now.
No, fair enough. I mean, they were big, but they weren't.
No.
You didn't hear bangs like that unless you went to a chuffing fireworks.
You'd have to go to an
a
official
proper
fireworks
display,
display.
Yeah. But yeah, it's,
I mean, the most dangerous thing that we ever used to do was bloody have a sparkler.
try and write your name.
Mr. Anderson's just put a cracker on. Back in the late 90s at Friends, a rocket went up 15 foot, rotated and came down just the other side of his back fence. Huge bang. Loads of car alarms went off. It had landed in the BMW showroom car lot.
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Mark, tomorrow morning, if you go out tomorrow morning and you go for a walk, you'll smell that cordite in the air, you'll smell the gunpowder in the air. But it's the amazing amount of sticks you'll find for rockets that's lying all over the place.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because literally people forget what goes up comes back down.
Well, I can guarantee tomorrow the girls will be going around the field picking up fireworks sticks before they can let the horses out.
Yeah.
And Mark's just put, did anybody else stand bangers up in dog poo, light and run like hell?
No, I've got to admit, I have never done it.
This must be some strange Liverpudlian voodoo ritual. The dance of the flaming turd.
I mean, think about it as well. But when you watch some of these idiots on YouTube that lie flat on their back with their pants around their ankles and they pull their fucking ankles over their head and then somebody sticks a rocket in their ass and they light it.
Yeah.
That never happened in my day.
No.
It was unshaven.
No.
I mean,
But
Dear
yeah,
God.
I mean, don't get me wrong, mate, but you always get one kid that thought it was a superhero. I'll just hold this. No, don't. Something,
No.
something bad's going to bloody happen. No, I'll be fine. Ambulance.
My finger.
But for these people that stick rockets in their arse, and I mean that one guy was the one that done the round years ago, where he put in his backside and the fucking thing it went off, but it didn't come out, and the flames are like his arse. Like, fucking head cases, absolutely nuts. Well,
You got
roasted nuts, right enough. But, yeah, no, that's.
what is this? A misfit takeover?
looks that way, doesn't it?
I blame Sean. Bless. Yeah, well, if you haven't caught the Misfits, you can catch them on Sunday evening, so make sure you do, because it's a cracking show. And they get
Why does that not fucking surprise me?
Well, Grizzly.
That's wrong. Grizz, no. Don't blame him. Oh, Bill, you can't blame Sean for everything. Come
You
on.
can't.
So, I mean, all 110% all Sean. That's wrong.
Boom.
So come on then, chat. We've seen a few stories. What was your experience of firework night? Was it the backyard? Was it the big displays? You know,
When we were growing up, I don't think there was very many big displays, were there?
no, God, no. The only time we saw big displays was the telly.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
that-
was saying that. No, because there's quite a few pit villages round here. I mean, you where I live, you've got obviously Harworth here. You had Rosington, you had Worksop. You always used to do firework displays, always as a kid. I think it was a miners thing, because obviously, like I said before, the miners used to get together to make these firework displays. I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't sort of like London on New Year's Eve by any means of the imagination, but it was that community get-together kind of events. I mean, sort of like later on, as the years went on, they used to have like a fun fair. And obviously hot dog stands and things like that. It was one of them kind of community type things. And a lot of mining villages used to do that, especially around here.
You see, but when it's been we here in Northern Ireland, never really celebrated Guy Fawkes Night. We did Halloween more. Well, I can see why to a certain extent. Growing up during the Troubles and things like that, that's the last thing you need is fireworks and
Yeah,
black
exactly,
going bang
yeah.
and,
See, we didn't do really Halloween. We did a little bit of Halloween. It was so like, we didn't do pumpkins. We used to have turnips and things like that.
Oh,
yeah.
But it was very, we didn't dress up or anything like that. It wasn't a major event like it is now. Whereas Bonfire Nights and Mischievous Night was, Mischievous Night, it was so like, you go around knocking on people's doors and daft things like that. And then obviously you had fireworks. But we didn't really do Halloween. It's only so like this last, 20, 30 years that Halloween has seemed to have gone really big.
well, it's more American, isn't it?
See, we never did the mischievous night thing. We never did anything like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but it weren't a big thing in where I was, but there was one memorable where the lady who is now probably a lot older, will remain nameless, decided to cover one of the cars in Jif, not realising the caustic capabilities of said liquid. That was an interesting night. It ended with blue flashing lights, we'll put it that way.
Grizzly, you're not kidding. The trials and tribulations of carving a turnip.
Oh, God, the amount of spoons you used to bend and your mum would give you such a clip.
Another
Wasn't
thing, as daft as it sounds, you've just brought a memory back. Round about this time, my mum used to give us a pomegranate and a needle.
Yep. And you eat the pomegranate seed with needle.
Needle.
I hate
It's just it's so like that leading up to Christmas type thing. Because as soon as bonfire hits, you know, right, that's what we're aiming for Christmas now. And I always remember it was so like we were only little, and remember being in sort of like Millen Road, and me and my sister. This was before our Aiden were born. My mum used to get a pomegranate, and we were there with this little pin. Just one thing you remember.
Yeah, but pomegranates, I mean, back in the day, they were something that you only got at Christmas.
God, yeah.
And you looked at them in awe, didn't you? You know, because you knew what was coming.
I thought we were posh when we had figs and dates.
I say.
I know.
None of that in our house.
Oh, yeah. We used to have them figs and dates at Christmas. Only time we ever had them was at Christmas.
My gran was always a box of crystallised ginger.
Mm.
That's the one thing I always really remember about this run up to Christmas. You used to buy a box of Just Brazils, you know, the chocolate-covered Brazil nuts.
Mm.
And we always used to have to try and find the crystallised ginger. So today's my cousin's birthday, and we always had a party. She was told that the fireworks were just everyone celebrating her birthday too.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I like that one. Liz says we had a bag of nuts and a nutcracker. I still remember them and all. Big old walnuts. Oh.
Yeah,
In fact,
we used to get nuts. Lots of nuts. There used to be a pile of them in a bowl with a nutcracker.
Yep. And the jars of pickled walnuts, because that always went with cheese.
Oh, we want that posh. Oh, we didn't have pickled walnuts.
Well, that's the thing. I've never tried pickled walnuts. Ugh.
Oh, big jar of pickled eggs and all, like. But
Oh, I've got pickled eggs sitting in the fridge just now, actually.
those are lethal after a can of Guinness.
Big Ray,
discovered that.
you're not kidding. There's a certain smell of a turnip with a burnt candle in it.
Oh, God,
There is a certain smell. You can't forget that smell. Liz wants to know what the is a pickled walnut.
It's literally a pickled walnut. So you put the walnut in vinegar and you pickle it.
See, as a kid, this time of year, we used to go chegging as well. Because we've got, in wood opposite me here, literally outside that window there, that wood there, we've got chestnuts.
Same up at Harwell.
Oh, I used to get loads of them.
That was something else I never did as a kid. Never went looking for chestnuts and played conkers and all that kind of crap. Never done that.
Oh, man.
Well, next time you pop down, we'll go chegging.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take you. Play dens as well.
Honest, mate, chegging, awesome. Getting home, you're freezing cold, you've been out all day, you've picked all these cheggies, and then you just sit round oven while they're roasting.
Oh, we used to have open
Smell
fire,
it.
us. We used to empty ashtray, you know, the ash tray. Empty that, put all the chegs in there, put it under fire, and let them cook. Oh, nice.
I mean, I used to hear all these stories. I mean, obviously, it was something I never did. But I used to hear all these stories of people, how they'd make them harder and things like that. If you do this way and you do that way and do that.
Oh, the conker.
Oh,
yeah.
they're conkers, them.
No, this is sweet chestnuts.
Sweet chestnuts. You know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Them.
Grandma going through your clothes. Yeah.
Pickled eggs with pickled mussels and a steak pie supper.
Oh,
Vic-
conkers, we used to put them in vinegar.
Yeah. Too right.
I
God, I still
just
remember
noticed
that.
what Vic was eating. What is it? Pickled eggs with pickled mussels and a steak pie. The steak pie I
Pickled
can cope with.
The pickled egg and the steak pie I can go with.
Yeah, it's the mussels.
No.
Too much vinegar for me. My guts would be doing somersaults after half an hour.
But saying
Yeah,
that,
yeah, I'm just Gary's is so a sweet chestnut and a conker are different things.
Yeah. Very different.
very different. One you can eat, one you can't. But talking about things like that, my mum used to buy winkles.
Bogies with crash helmets.
Yeah,
Oh.
winkles, and we used to have them in the pot. Obviously, you'd cook them, and then it was my job to get them out. And then obviously you had that black bit, and you're putting them all over your face. Look, I've got measles.
That was the Barrowland Market, or the Barras as it's known as, down the road from us. I can remember being a kid going there, and it was a Loch Fyne shop, and you get your bag of wilks and mussels, freshly cooked and stuff, walking about the market with your little pin, pulling the bogies out the crash helmets,
No.
and then you're crunching the sand.
Oh yeah, they always
No.
tasted the sound.
Crab sticks. This was a northeast thing. Saturday night in the boozer, severely relaxed. The old liquid relaxation as well kicked in. The geezer would walk in with the little basket, and you would have pots of mussels, prawns, and crab sticks. But the crab sticks with malt vinegar on and a pint. Oh, food of the gods. It was
Now,
awesome.
Jan's from Lancaster, and her favourite one is shrimps. Morecambe Bay shrimps. She absolutely loves them.
Oh, potted.
Sorry, I can't even say it.
Roll
Roll mop herring.
Well, yeah.
Jelly deals fee, that's just
No.
even just the thought of jelly deals turns my bloody stomach, to be honest.
Yeah. no.
You can't beat a kipper, though. Oh.
Saying that,
Or a smoky.
he's got to be from Whitby.
Our bros, mate.
We've been our both smoky. The only thing is, it kills me with heartburn.
We went up and I tried the real thing and
Hi, Mike.
oh,
No, I don't think you can be a Whitby kipper,
Whitby kippers are awesome, but
especially if you get them from the actual proper smoky place.
see, for me, it's always crab from Whitby. Kippers for the win. Whitby does them well. Oh, bless.
Bill,
Are we?
fist bump there, kiddo.
Tammy, go and Google it.
Kev, you're a weird man.
And Tammy don't even know what we're talking about.
The juice from mussels in a vodka. Thank me later. No.
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 Who put that up?
Kev.
Oh, Kev, bugger off.
No. A kipper.
Smoke me one, I'll
back.
be home for breakfast.
Oh, Jenny, if only, darling. Hello.
Send me to Alaska.
What's Jenny put earlier that Key's out doing his rescue bit? The problem is he's in high vis. So what does that automatically make him tonight? A target. So I hope he's well and safe and in one piece. Our bros used to do bloaters as well. I've not tried a bloater.
Was that not a body that's been in the sea for a good couple of weeks?
Could be.
It sounds like a couple of my exes, but fork on a pole.
What the heck's fork on a pole?
Fork on a
Smoking
pole.
a pancake? Kebab and a waffle?
I've been a blinch.
A fork on a pole?
I come home in one piece, he's got a counter to finish building. That's a bit harsh. Jesus, Jen, show him some love. Evening, Mike.
Evening.
I mean, funnily enough, I mean, since the COVID pandemic has taken, well, since it hit the UK shores, all we have heard is fire ambulance sirens going day in, day out, morning, noon, and night. Tonight, it's like Beirut out there, and I haven't heard one. I mean, I'm not. It's not because the fireworks are that damn loud, but I haven't heard a siren going yet. So thank goodness, well, hopefully whoever's been setting the fireworks off all around here, they're being safe about it and respectable. They're not being bloody stupid and throwing them at their mates and things like that. But no doubt there'll be something in the local papers tomorrow, kids burnt with firework, blah, 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 and then it'll be up in arms again. It should be, you shouldn't be allowed to sell fireworks over the counter. It should be public displays only and things like that.
But the thing is, though, I mean, we're in COVID lockdown. Well, here in here in England, we're in lockdown, so you can't have a public display anyway.
That's worrying. Jenny's just put she wants to show me pictures of some of Key's erections.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bless you. I can't wait to see them, Jenny.
Slap them in the group. That's what you ought to do, Jenny. Slap them in the group. Put them in the
Stick them
group.
in the Facebook group.
Let us all see.
It is quite round about the East End of Glasgow tonight, isn't it, Gary? It's unusual, to be honest. That is really unusual.
To be fair, I mean, the Beirut seems to have stopped around here at the minute.
Yeah, it's gone quiet here as well.
They're still going off, but they're very sporadic at the moment. I think the good thing about it is it's still a school night, so the young whippersnappers are
Still at school tomorrow.
should be tucked up in bed, hopefully. So
You just reminded me something with the pomegranates, dude. With the embers of the bonfire when we were kids, jam butty fritter.
Ah,
Jam butty fritter. Jam butty, doorstep bread, dipped in batter, fried in butter in frying pan, and then you had a big kettle of custard on.
and you fuckers talk about us about fucking deep fried Mars bars.
I've never had that.
Shit.
Introduced a Cub camp, yeah?
Yeah, I bet that wasn't the only fucking thing you were introduced at Club Camp.
No, we were good little cubs.
Bollocks.
We were. It was when we got.
It's 9 o'clock now, Mark, I can swear.
It's when we became scouts we fucked up.
Oh no, I don't fancy that at all. Ugh. Hey, there's something else happened. I've never tried a deep fried Mars bar. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I have.
I know there was a chip shop in the Frenchgate Centre here in Doncaster, and they was doing deep fried mince pies.
Best one I had.
That's Scotland.
I was up in Glasgow. Deep fried haggis. That was gorgeous.
Real deep fried.
Battered haggis.
Real deep fried. You get a thing up here called a pizza crunch.
Battered pizza.
Aye. You gotta get a full pizza. You know the like, kind of 8-inch to 10-inch ones.
Aye.
I get them half to a full one, dipped in batter, deep fried. Oh no! I tried one once before. It was only a few years ago. I tried it, and see even when I opened up the newspaper, or well, it's not newspaper anymore. It's news.
It's just wrapping paper, isn't it?
Aye. Opened it up and I looked at it and I went, oh. You know, one of those ones you can actually feel your arteries hardening as you're looking at it. I was like, no, I can't even fucking. You could literally wring the pizza out. There was that much fat and grease in it. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Quick one for Kev there. Matalung on the Drag X. Tried it once. Way too airy for a Matalung for me.
I've not tried one, so it's up to you two.
What's Viking got? It's made Tammy go, you. Peel green
Curry
pears.
pizza is where it's at. I've never been a big fan of pizza, to be honest with you. Looks like sick on bread.
Mike Collins will curry anything.
There's one up in Bawtry that does a doner pizza, and they use chili sauce rather than tomato, and it's gorgeous.
The Indian takeaways round about here. We'll do a calzone, whatever we want to pronounce it, with doner meat. The one that used to go to not far from here. The doner meat, chicken tikka, spiced onions, mushrooms, cheese, and doner sauce, folded over pizza base, and cheese on top, with kebab sauce on top of that again once it was cooked.
Oh, that sounds good.
Vic's just turned around and said the latest thing is deep fry shish kebab in batter. Now, I can appreciate that one. We're talking about shish kebab. They're the ones on the sticks, aren't they? Yeah, I can appreciate that one.
See, if we're talking takeaway, though, the king of takeaway is the Parmo.
I'm laughing at the big spelling mistake. Beefing with Vic. Deep fried burger, deep fried sausage, deep fried haggis, deep fried pizza. Take it, Vic doesn't very many friends because he deep fries them all.
You're not seeing some of the feeds on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm not. As I say, in Scotland, we will deep fry anything. If it moves, we'll deep fry it. Even if it doesn't move, we'll still bloody deep fry it.
Saying that, I've got to comment on Vic. Vic did make me chuckle on his WhatsApp. He really did make me chuckle. He was telling the folks about how he's reducing his chocolate. And which I thought, yeah, that's really commendable. Obviously, he's watching his weight and things like that. What he didn't notice, at the back of him, was the chocolate orange.
No. In Vic's defence, though, it's a chocolate orange, so it's technically it's fruit, so he's allowed it.
Either day, yeah. We've got your back, Mr. Mullen.
Yeah, you could just imagine what those super fucking large, what do you call them, Toblerones you get at Christmas.
Oh, the chocolate for perverts.
Yeah, yes. You can imagine Vic walking out the bedroom. Right, there we go. I am a lumberjack and I don't.
Oh, see, Toblerone brings violence and chocolate together. You should never have a chocolate bar that hurts.
No, because you end up looking like Elvis every time you try to take a bite of it.
Oh, too right. Seriously, I know it's a Billy sketch, but it's right though, because it hurts the top of your fucking mouth when you try and bite it off.
Do you know something? I haven't had one of them since I was a kid.
Oh, they're fab until they took out one of the triangles.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's not right. It's not right.
Scott. It was a triangle. Oh
yeah.
I'll tell you something else you need to try in Scotland. If and when you come up to Scotland, there's something that they call a munchie box. And now I've got a few people in chat going, oh.
Is that a lady of negotiable virtue?
Yeah, I was waiting on that.
Here all week, try.
Well, the thing is, it comes in 10, 12 or 14-inch box, depending how bloody greedy you
I'll have a 14-inch box. Top of my mouth is covered so I can go...
So come on then, what's a munchie?
Munchie box is... We'll go for the biggest ones. A 14-inch pizza box with chips, doner kebab meat, chicken tikka pieces, chicken chat, vegetable pakora, chicken pakora, mushroom pakora, onion pakora, onion rings. What else? Probably missing a few things. A naan bread.
What, your nan's bread?
My nan's bread, aye. Oh, my nan's bread. My nan's pan bread. She's been pan bread for quite a few years, actually. Yeah, Munchie boxes, bloody hell. When you open these things up, you're like, who the fuck can eat all that? But again, it's heart attack victim stuff. When you open that lid up, you go, bloody hell. Yeah, you can't beat a Munchie box. Yeah, oh, I forgot, yeah, you get salad with it as well. Go figure.
What, on a Diet Coke?
Right, yeah, honestly, Christ. It's amazing how many times you get into a takeaway shop. Doesn't matter whether it's Chinese, Indian, and chip shop, whatever, and somebody's there ordering shitloads of bloody food, and can have a bottle of Diet Coke, please. And you know everybody in the queue's going. Then everybody in the queue orders the same stuff.
Yeah.
We bought a Diet Coke.
Hold on. I've got to find a picture of a Parmo. Because, I'm sorry, guys. Munchie box is all well and good. But this, my friends, this is the king of takeaways. There's a link there. That is a Parmo. It's a pork fillet or chicken fillet, beaten thin, covered in breadcrumbs, with bechamel sauce on top, then cheese grilled on top of that, so you get a lava-like and crusty layer, served with chips and salad if one is healthy.
That looks quite nice, that.
That is gorgeous. Honest, mate. If you want something to suck up the old liquid relaxation juice, that is the beast to do it.
That looks like something the Americans do.
No. This is a northeast thing.
Yeah, no, but it looks very much like... I'm trying to think what they call it. They call it something chicken, but it's not chicken. It's obviously beef.
Chicken parmesan, they call it. But you mean steak fried chicken?
That's it, steak fried chicken.
The Parmo. Oh, honest to God.
You are saying Parmo, aren't you?
Yeah, Parmo.
Yeah, not Pono.
No, Parmo. Parmo. But they do them now with doner meat on top, pepperoni on top. There's the classic Parmo, which is that. Oh.
If I want to put something into the chat, I just copy link address.
Yeah.
Just copy link address. Because when I put it in there, it just come up with a big fucking huge.
That will.
Well, it condense it down, yeah. No.
Hello, I am Odin.
Good evening, sir.
Won't allow me to do it. How the hell will that not work?
Schnitzel chicken.
Basically, that's what that looks like. That's what I thought that was.
It does look like a giant schnitzel, doesn't it? But the part.
Yeah, if you say I'm green with Wayne, you're making me hungry. That looked really nice, that.
Oh, it is. It is, mate. Stockton has some of the best Parmo houses as well. Oh, man. There used to be a nightclub called the 21, which was a sort of goth rock night. And as you staggered out of there, all the takeaways were lined up, heading onto the high street at Stockton. And, the Parmos you used to be able to get. Oh, and you'd get back home and you'd be pissed out your mind with bechamel sauce smeared all over your face, molten cheese stuck in between your teeth. How anybody was ever born in Stockton with that available, I will never know.
I'm hoping that link worked. That's
Yeah, I could cope with that.
that's a small Munchie box.
Yeah, I could cope with that one.
Oh, God, I'll have the big one.
No, I think the small one's big enough.
No, I'll have the big one.
I mean, you
little.
can get into a Glasgow Indian takeaway and get what they call a king kebab.
Oh,
It's a full size naan bread. Then I'm talking like the size of a kid's nappy, and it's literally full of kebab meat.
Mr. Anderson, you're not kidding.
Mr. Anderson, has she got a sister?
Yeah, I ain't had my tea yet.
I know, I'm starving.
I'm starving now.
It's a good job the Chinese is open down at the bottom of the hallway.
Well, good thing is Chinese started to do Munchie boxes now as well.
Chinese munchie box.
Chinese
Ooh.
munchie box.
You
Crispy
do know
duck.
when we come up, that's what you're treating us to.
Oh, two, right?
Yeah.
Jules, we want to see a fine munchie box.
We want to
please.
see your munchie box.
I say. Vic's probably sat there salivating now, going thinking, "Oh, can I get one?"
See, that was the thing. See, when we were in lockdown and like say takeaways had to shut at 10 o'clock, you know, you were sitting late at night and you were thinking to yourself, I feel a little bit peckish. I'll go and phone a takeaway. And you'd always be too bloody late. Even some of the takeaways in Glasgow city centre, some of them are up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And you can phone that and get that delivered at that time in the morning. I mean, there's even places up here now, I don't know if they do. There's probably places down in England as well. You can phone desserts and get a dessert delivered.
Can you?
That's not right.
Cool.
No, that's not good. That's not good. The amount of times I've woke up thinking, cheesecake.
Oh, cheesecake. There's a place near B&Q in Doncaster, and they do cheesecakes. Oh, honestly, they're about that thick. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Don't.
This is just the this is the milkshakes this place sells. I'm trying to find.
Oh, want some.
The very
Want
first time,
some.
Oh,
Jules and I ever went into it, we watched these people coming out with these milkshakes with literally a quarter of a cake sitting on top of it, and we're like,
well, you know, at Retford, where TVS is, there's literally one of them ones, literally over at road from us.
Yeah, waffle and pancake place. Does milkshakes. But Vic, that sounds good. Shell scoops and shakes. She sells nothing but cake, milkshake, and desserts in the high street.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's one in Duke Street, Vic, Black Vanilla it's called. And honest to goodness, anything, there's nothing left to the imagination. I mean, you're talking big slices of, say like, chocolate gatto or Black Forest gatto. You would get a massive slice of that. See those cups I showed you there just for the milkshakes? You would get that with this big bloody dump of chocolate cake or whatever I was stuck right on top. Or you get a stack of donuts on them.
Tammy, Steve's already posted one, but here you go. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
I've got it.
What, the munchie box?
Yeah.
Good lad.
Oh, I've got a too big a version of it.
Now you're just boasting.
Yeah. Stevie, go on. You post it again.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
I know. I'm blooming starving now.
There you go, Tammy. As I say, that one's actually quite tame, to be honest.
See now, if you're in the Balti Triangle down in Birmingham, sod the munchie box. Just hit any restaurant down there. And just amazing.
Kev says you're going to be joining the roly polies.
I can just see him in a pair of
Kev,
tap shoes.
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I had something like that. I mean, I tell you how bad those are. They pack them up that much, they've actually got to sellotape the lid of the pizza box down.
Jesus.
And the weight that's in it is absolutely unbelievable.
But what a great thing to do. Especially if you've got a group of mates round or something. You know.
Yeah, we one each.
Go and say, Gary, vanilla is black.
It's on Duke Street, Gary. Right across from the TSB Bank on Duke Street.
I love that from Rian. Crap, we don't have that here.
It's
I'm
on
trying-
Duke Street.
I'm trying to find the a picture of the Indian calzone. Oh God, I mean, literally, it's like that thick, and it's, as I say, it's doner kebab meat, chicken tikka, spicy mushroom, spicy onion, cheese, you name it, it's in this thing. But you can go in and you can ask for any flavoured calzone with any Indian curry inside it.
Oh, yeah. See, now, if you were going to have the calzone, I'd want crispy duck in it with loads of hoisin sauce and cucumber strips.
See, the only thing is, I don't think the likes of the Chinese do anything like that because they don't have pizza ovens.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
I found one. Right, it's not a great picture.
Suppose if you do it in a tandoor, yeah, it makes sense. What
Right,
time are we on, boys, anyway?
there
Coming
you
up
go.
to the hour.
That's one.
No. 20 past 9.
Yeah, I know. Coming up to the hour.
No, right.
2 hours.
No, I'm with you on that, mate. Hoisin duck. Oh.
Yeah, I've stuck a picture in one of the curry calzones.
I'm just blooming hungry now.
Oh, man.
Actually,
Oh, man. That's not right.
do you know what it's like? It's. I mean, obviously, I've had a few guys. If you like pizza and you like calzone, yeah, it's nice. But with that, to me, it's just like a big, massive Jamaican patty, but not with the short crust pastry.
Mm.
It's, yeah, it's definitely a knife and fork job because that's certainly not something you can actually walk down the street eating because it's massive.
I'd need a massive pot of sriracha to go with that. Oh.
You need a massive pot in the morning once it comes back out as well. I can assure you.
So what's it? So like, does it go out the same way it came in?
Yeah. Burns get in and Burns goes out. Gonna get out, yeah. But the thing is, you can then you can say to them, I want this curry in it, I want that curry in it. What would you like? Would you like it mild, medium, hot, or I can vindaloo or foul, whatever?
Stop
Entirely up
that.
to you.
Why would you eat a fowl?
Jules.
Hot waffles with Nutella, strawberries, and ice cream.
Yeah, I mean that's I'm saying there's a load of places around about Glasgow and surrounding areas now that do home delivery desserts.
Oh. The Cornwall one, I bet is good.
Mm.
Ooh. I've just had a bag of frazzles, but still hungry. Oh,
I mean,
bless you.
I've still got that picture of that calzone up, and I'm like,
Liz, you've never had a waffle? Oh, man, you've missed.
You've never had a waffle.
because they're waffly versatile.
Honest, chicken and waffles, fried chicken on top of a waffle. Oh, it's to die for.
I'm ordering Munchie Box. Might
Right,
take
hold on,
6
hold on,
months to
hold on,
get
hold on,
here.
Right, remember, right, a calzone is a folded in half pizza, right?
Hmm.
This is two pizzas on top of each other.
Paste. There's a Glaswegian calzone.
Good lads.
But it's only rated 7 out of 10.
That's because it didn't touch all the edges.
Oh, that's not right. Why's there pictures of poop?
What?
What?
The video that comes up is a picture of soiled toilets filled with poop.
What are you watching?
I'm watching the video and the after effects of that calzone.
All right, I haven't pressed on that bit. I know
It's
I
a-
know it
it's a
won't
bit-
be.
I wouldn't. It's a bit scatalicious.
Lovely.
What, one of the links I've just put up, or something else?
Yeah, that link for the Glasgow.
Is it? Hold on.
Fast forward the video.
What video?
If
See,
you
I've
click
only got
on-
an image.
Oh,
If
YouTube.
you,
Right.
if you click on the image,
Right.
yeah.
I was just showing the image. You're just a.
If you go into the video and fast forward it to 29 seconds, I hope you've got a strong stomach.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, I shall remove that from fucking chat right now. That's disgusting.
Well, if you were hungry, you're not now.
Not now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
Right, that's removed. Sorry, folks, I didn't realise that was there. My apologies.
It's a good job I test these things.
Dirty bastards.
Zatty.
I've seen worse.
No wonder, it was
Really?
only 7, no wonder it was only 7 out of 10.
Might be sweet corn left there. You never know.
Oh, you don't get carrots if it comes up. Maybe you don't get carrots coming in. Do you?
Yeah, it's always sweet corn from the other end.
Mm.
That guy had sprouts. A 72-ounce chicken nugget. That's not a chicken nugget. That's a chicken.
Yeah, that's a big chicken.
Missed the nudity. No, you missed
No.
the turds, Grizz.
No, Grizzly. No, you haven't missed it. Well,
See, that kind of relates back to, you know, something Aidan actually said earlier on this evening when he put his video up, that reviewers and that are getting penalised for putting stuff up, content for vaping gear, right?
mm.
On YouTube, but somebody can put that up.
Oh, yeah.
To me, that's to me that was offensive. And again, my apologies, guys. I didn't realise that was on. I'm glad Steve.
The biggest problem with YouTube is you're playing in their sandpit and you've got to abide by their rules.
Yeah.
But the problem is they won't tell you what the rules are.
Yes, but we all know what cats do in sandpits.
Is that a bit like bears in woods?
Indeed. Now, if you put Brazilian waxing into the search bar on YouTube, you could be in for a fun night.
No.
No.
Oh, bless you, Gary.
I thought it was an image as well. I didn't click on it.
Honestly, that's what I thought. It was just an image because that's what I clicked on was images. I didn't actually realise it took you to a video of scat videos.
But the thing is, though, really, is that shouldn't be on.
Should be on YouTube now.
No.
I mean, since we're supposed to be the family friendly.
Well, we're after 9 o'clock.
Sorry?
We are well after 9 o'clock.
Only in the UK. Other countries we're not.
Fair point. Damn, the swearing's closed down again. I say. Cat shagging sandpits.
Yeah,
I've
Mark,
seen it.
Mark, it did kind of look like the toilet at a train spotting, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looked more like the sheets.
I'll just put it in the washing machine, son. No, it's all right. It's all right. I'll put it in myself.
Yes, I totally agree with you there, Vic. UK invented time.
Good man, Vic. It wasn't anything to do with Gallifrey whatsoever.
Kingdom Brunel.
Gallifrey, is that East Coast or Scotland or West Coast or Scotland?
I think it's where the Shuktas come from, isn't it? Isn't it where the Shuktas come from? Gallifrey.
Now, every Scot who is sitting in this chat is pissing themselves fucking laughing at that now. Say it again, Steve.
Shukta.
A what?
A Shukta. Come on then.
Chuchter.
Shukta.
Chuchter.
Chukta.
Chuchter. Not a schuchter.
I was pronouncing it posh.
No, I think you were actually pronouncing something completely together.
Might have been, yeah. Chukta, yes.
What? Okay, I'm going to be really ignorant here. What's a Shukta?
A chuchter is how best to describe it, right?
Politely.
Oh, that's polite. I mean, there's nothing. It's not. It's chuchter is someone for the Highlands. Usually come from the rural area of the Highlands. The chuchter.
Yeah, but what is it?
What?
A shukta.
A chuchter? I don't
A
know. Yeah,
shukta.
I'm on Urban Dictionary trying to find.
I'm going to have a look now.
You don't know what it is, but you know how to pronounce it. That's what we say.
It's probably the Scottish version of a Dirty Sanchez. What the fuck's a Dirty Sanchez?
I'm not explaining what one of them is.
Or a Dirty Brittany? What's a Dirty Brittany? I bet everybody's in Urban Dictionary. Look that up now.
I am. A shuckster. To seek compliments and or support by insulting oneself or complaining about the difficulty of one's life. A person who uses self-depreciation as flattery bait.
I like Vic's version. There you go.
Assassin acts a lowlander. I always thought that was somebody from England.
I like that. Right, guys, are we calling time or are we going on for a little bit longer?
Oh, easy.
Well, Chinese shut soon.
Oh, I forgot you guys haven't been fed yet.
Oh, for God's sake, somebody's come up with a Gen C now for the COVID generation.
Oh, what?
The generation born after January the 1st, 2020, preceding Gen Z. Named after the viral coronavirus, this generation is destined for a life of turmoil and confusion. Social distancing COVID-19 brought us will likely make this generation even more socially awkward than Gen Z. They've been born into a world tangled with problems and chaos, so let's do our best to welcome them with open arms from 6 feet away.
So when you've got to be born?
After January the 1st, 2020.
And it's called COVID-19? 19 is the year. So they've buggered it up already, haven't they?
How many females, girls are going to be born this year? They're going to get called Rona.
See, Viking Vapor's a brave soul.
Whatever you do, don't type in blue waffle.
No.
Oh, no. That, no.
I did that many years ago and we'll never forget it.
No, blue waffle. Somebody was very busy with paint shop.
I think I've still got the bottle somewhere. I have. Hey, look at this. Is that it? Yeah, look.
The Lord of Lewdness, the God of the gutter, the Saint of Sin is in. Sinner. Good evening, sir.
I like that, Mr. Anderson.
There's no need.
Gaily Bobs, it wasn't my fault. I was innocent. You can blame Adam for that one.
It was slightly terrifying.
It was scary. I couldn't believe that. I wasn't expecting what I saw. I didn't even know what it was. So, I've got a bottle of...
Well, it's certainly not a waffle that's blue, is it?
Blue waffle. I've got the juice.
It's more like textured curtains. I think that's a far better, description.
Yeah, it was. I was a complete and utter innocent person at that point in time.
It looks like a doner kebab that somebody sank the boot into. Sorry.
Space docking?
What?
Sinner, no. No.
What the heck's that?
Dinner, you know it's got to be done.
Don't do it. Don't. You're not going to be happy.
Oh wait a minute, no, I've got it. Space docking fondue. No, fuck, no chance. I think I've got a good idea what it is, but I'm not even going to click on it.
If you're going to do it, Urban Dictionary. At least get some warning before you look at a video.
Nah. I'm not even looking at the video.
I've just gone to images and I've got a lot of Star Trek stuff.
It's a good job.
Yeah. Oh, that's innocent enough.
It's not right.
I'm not
Sinner,
saying
you-
I'm not saying a word. I'm not.
Sinner,
I'm not
you
gonna-
are a bad man.
Nope.
You think the poop in the fucking toilet was
Space
Damn.
docking fondue. That sounds worse. Yes, I have got child-friendly settings on. Yeah, I'm an innocent person.
No, we have to be careful what we're.
Yeah, Mark's computer's still got a child-friendly lock on it.
Get in
Blame
the box.
Sinner, not us.
No, you can't blame me. Nothing to do with me. I have no part in it. Space docking.
Oh, yeah, that was nothing to do with us. That's Sinner.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with us. Hashtag blame Sinner. But I will be looking later on.
I did warn you.
I haven't seen it. All I saw was not space docks.
No, I didn't even look. I didn't even look at images. I just clicked on Urban Dictionary. Then no,
No.
no.
By all accounts,
I
there's some
warned
space
you.
docking jelly babies.
When Uncle Stevie tells you not to look something up on Google, listen.
I haven't looked it up. I looked on images and saw Star Trek and space docks.
Right, we'll just stick with that, Mark. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's all I'm bothered about now.
Star Trek. Sinner.
I know. I could just imagine Picard doing it. Make it so.
Since I don't know what it is, I'm not even.
Good lad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Will Klingons never be the same?
Oh, fuck. Kevin.
See, I don't even need to Google or look at it. You guys are automatically telling me basically what it is.
Yeah, Tammy, don't. For God's sakes, don't. It really is foul.
Can we get back to food?
After that, no.
Don't mention the teller. I'm glad Gail mentioned the telly earlier on. That's fucking wrong.
Good. I'm glad he got Star Trek images.
Yeah,
Because you're innocent, lovely people, and I wouldn't want to ruin your evening in such a harsh, foul, and sadistic manner.
that's all I got was Star Trek images. You know, the spaceport where they land.
BFG has not lost his appetite. There is some serious special noodles coming my way, but
Really?
What? I missed that.
Is that something meaning something else?
no. Bunny says I've lost my appetite. No, I haven't. I'm seriously in need of some special noodles because they've got prawns and duck and beef and pork and all sorts mixed through.
Oh, while we're at it, EC Click Awards.
I was going to mention them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that time of year again, folks.
He's a really cool guy that does reviews. He's called SoulOhm. Lovely lad.
Likes blue waffles and space docking. Oh, you had to mention these sick clicks. See sick click, look who's popped up again.
I know. Come on, you've got enough awards, you Vic.
Surely the old mantelpiece must be getting a bit full now, mate.
Right, Mike, I'm BFG, you want to try it? You want special noodles? I know it says needles, but I know you meant noodles. Get some nom shim noodles, right? I'm intrigued.
So am I. If this comes up on Urban Dictionary, Mike dies.
I know, right? Nom. Knowing Mike, it'll be something fucking red hot.
Ooh, ramen noodles. Spicy. Ooh, they sound good, Mike. Any good?
Gayle Box, me neither.
I'll just buy more shelves.
Grizzly, take care, buddy. Fist bump.
Take care, mate.
Oh, see on the space, go back to the space stalking things, so the doors actually go shit. Was that just too much? They go, shh.
No, we don't even talk about that one, mate.
What one? Oh.
Tammy, behave.
What? I missed that one. What?
Rian's just put bitch, she told me anyway.
Sorry, Victor.
Oh, dear.
I think we ought to wrap it, boys. Rian, bless you. Decent, look what you've started now. There's a domestic brewing in South Africa and it's all your fault.
By all accounts, Make It So will now have a new ring to it.
No.
I'm glad I didn't know what it is.
No, the ramen noodles tend to be a tad spicier.
I like noodles.
Noodles.
Right.
I didn't tell him. I said it was similar to the... No, Tammy! No. No. That's just as bad. Sinner, no.
No!
Right.
I
think we ought to wind this one up here before
we sink in even further debauchery.
Yeah. Remember kiddies? Child-friendly settings.
Top Girl is where it... Nah, sinner, nah, fucking turn it up.
Oh, Rian, you can't do that to her, bless her. Poor Tammy. Oh, feel bad now. Right.
I'm hungry.
Don't Google one priest one. No, I'm leaving. No.
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 No. Save this shorter sort of shenanigans when we hit week 3 of the lockdown, all right?
Yeah. But you guys are all climbing the walls.
No, speak for yourself. Hopefully Pornhub will go free again. Right, carry on.
That means within the next 3 weeks, the show from tonight, 3 weeks from tonight, what you'll see behind Steve is just a big pile of fucking old sports socks and.
Hold on. The gyms are shut. I have to work on my biceps somehow.
Yeah, just remember to change hands halfway through.
Yeah.
Somebody call him.
Mike's just turned around and says, have the SoulOhms hit Urban Dictionary yet? I hope not.
I think First person to get the SoulOhm's definition on Urban Dictionary will get a big thumbs up. Anyway, guys, look, thank you for joining us tonight. It's gone a little left on us. Just a little. Spanners, thank you. Sinner, no. Just no. Tammy, now might be a good time to make that waffle or the milkshake. Something to get back into the good books. Gailey, sorry. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. I'm going to hand it over to Steve.
Yeah, chat, thanks for joining us. It did go a little bit kind of left field a little there towards the end, but yeah, Sinner, you're in the bad books. You're bad. You're not allowed to come in for a couple of weeks. Right? Stand in the corner. 100 lines, wear a Dunce's cap and all that stuff. But yeah, no, thanks guys. It's been a good laugh tonight. Considering it started out as kind of a bonfire night and went whoop, whoop, whoosh.
The bottle fell over. That's all I'm going to say, mate.
So yeah, but thanks again for joining us. And I mean, the show wouldn't be nothing without you guys out there in chat. And Steve and Mark, been a great laugh yet again. Same time, same place next week, guys. Over to you, Gaffer.
Guys, Betty, BFG, thank you for such a cracking show. It's been absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Guys in chat, thank you so much. People are watching on the replay, hello, and thank you for staying with us all this time. It's brilliant.
People watching on the replay, sorry.
We're so sorry. Vacuum Vapors, big fist bump to you, kiddo.
We'll get Mark to crop the last half hour off the show before.
Yeah, I think we ought to edit it a little bit. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been absolutely fantastic. Before you leave, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be absolutely brilliant. The more thumbs up we get, the more recognition we get, and more people can watch the show. It's how it works. So, yeah, give us a good thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. If you've got a comment, either put it down below or join our Facebook group. Yay, you can slap in all your stuff in there as well. So we've got a Facebook group, the Ohm Service live show. So if you've got a question or a partake or a giggle, slap it in there. Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks ever so much, guys.
Sorry, Rian's just thought we'll introduce new wife next week.
Bless you. Right, are we all going to say goodbye?
Indeed we are.
Bye.
Stay safe, everybody.
Oh, there we go, bitches. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Don't miss it.
Be there or be square. Shit flops.
Shit flops.
That was the fucking
Brings all humanity to Monday,
talk like fondue. No, never look at that. No.
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 Stinner, you dirty bastard.